We're going. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Lactating Cow Podcast. And today, I have a special guest with me, a good friend of mine, a dear friend, a brother from another mother, Uncle Mike. How's it going, Mike?
Good. Hi. I'm doing well.
All right, let's get into it, man.
Yeah.
Want to talk about the dream jobs first?
Oh yeah.
All
Dream
right.
jobs.
We were talking about this before the podcast started, and we got some special stuff for you guys. So, Mike, what's your dream job?
Oh man, I just love it if I could do voice acting for a living. That'd be really cool, right?
That sounds pretty cool.
Going into like engineering, that'd be fun. I don't know. Maybe being a CEO of a company, why not, right? Shooting for the stars. I'd love to do all that stuff, but like it's just okay. Engineering, you like need a 4-year degree, right?
At least.
So I basically need to have money saved up because I know I'm not getting any fucking scholarships. And it's just voice acting is like an incredibly saturated market. And then, you know, just a CEO of a company. Well, why not, right?
Just any company? What kind of company?
Yeah. Well, okay. I'd like to go into HVAC, like, because I think that's reasonable, right? That's what I'm going to school for right now.
Yeah.
And I understand it's going to take like at least 20 years before I'd be in a position to do that. And it's hard working towards something like that that's so far away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of these things seem very unattainable. And then I look at like what I'm doing now currently, which is basically just going to school. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to see a bridge there, you know what I mean?
A bridge with what? Going to school and being a CEO one day?
Yeah, exactly. Even just applying for jobs nowadays, like
This is a
yikes.
bad year for it.
Definitely a horrible year to start applying for jobs.
Yeah. Off camera, me and Mike were talking about how we've both been applying to, each of us, at least like 10 different like applications floating around right now. I know for me personally, it's way more than that. I have 4 or 5 applications between 2 different target locations. Those have been around for more than a month, and I haven't heard a single thing from either of those. I've applied at Aldi, some like grocery store. I've applied like 8 different positions for the USPS, and I only heard from one of them, but then I wasn't qualified for it because I got in a car accident last year, so that was a bummer. And I was telling Mike, I was looking at jobs near me on Google, and I saw Amazon fulfillment center work, and that's always been like the number one result ever since I started working. And last night I was looking at it and actually like thinking about considering it, and that was like when I knew I hit rock bottom for like being unemployed, is when I realized I might be considering looking at working at Amazon, which is just like laughably horrible working conditions from what I've heard.
Yeah, definitely. My problem with it though, I don't know how Amazon is, but I know like, dude, every time I get into my car, Roundy's distribution center, fucking $19 an hour, and it's like, dude, holy fuck, $19 an hour to work in a warehouse? Like,
I haven't heard any of their ads. I have driven past that fulfillment center on accident though. It's not too far from the airport.
Yeah, and like that amount of money for just doing warehouse work, like, I know it's gonna be really hard work, and it's gonna be like
backbreaking.
Yeah, that type of shit. Like, but at $19 an hour, man, that's kind of reasonable. Like,
I mean, for handling cereal, come on, guys.
Yeah,
doesn't get easier than that.
Just moving boxes of cereal, pal. What's so hard?
Yeah, I used to do that at Walmart. It's not hard.
Then they start stacking it in pallets, and it gets a little bit heavier, a little bit.
That's crazy how a Roundy's distribution center pays $4 more an hour starting than an Amazon, which is a $1 trillion company.
I mean, it's crazy, but like, there's a reason they're $1 trillion company, right? Like, it's because they pay their people like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get people to keep working there though. Like, crazy to me.
I don't know. It might be like getting poor people to smoke. You know, they put like a drugstore by a school in like a poor neighborhood, and then like they're just hooked on cigarettes forever. You put an Amazon fulfillment center in like a, you know, fucking hillbilly nowhere. Everyone's gonna fucking work at a $15 an hour job. That's like all they have.
Actually though, and then the fucking same with the lottery. Like,
yeah,
you could say the same with the army too. Like, and like all the armed forces, like just pumping it into poor neighborhoods basically.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like witch
But
hunts.
hey, it's a job, and it gives you opportunities, pal. You can work your way up, pal.
Hey, you know, you're working towards a federal pension one day if you retire with the government. I mean, think about it, dude. What other job is going to do that?
20 years, that's all you got to do. That's awesome, isn't it? Start when you're 18.
0% down payment on a house. 0. No other job's going to give you that. Yeah, no student loans.
Oh my god.
Help the military industrial complex.
There's a ton of really great opportunities, but like they're really aggressive sometimes, and then when they don't keep promises too, that's the thing that gets me. Is like they promise kids jobs and like massive bonuses, and then like, oh man, sorry pal, some just changed up in high command. Like, we just ran out of that job. Like,
40 acres and a mule.
Fuck, for real.
Never happened.
Nope, definitely not. And like all the man, so many of the jobs I apply for, it's like, I understand it's starter crap, right? I know that, but like, it shouldn't be hard for me to get a job with one of these companies as like moving parts around, like, or like bringing a person tools. Like, why can I not get like hired for stuff like that? Or even like you were saying, like in just like retail and stuff, like not being able to get like applications through, or even responses to those applications, like, just weird.
What I always think about with that is, if there's a hole in a position for a company, why are they not trying to filter through and like get people in as fast as possible to like fill that hole? If they're like down an employee in a certain department, why would they take 2 months to hire somebody? Or not to hire somebody, but 2 months to like respond to an application.
Yeah.
And like I saw that like firsthand when I was working at Walmart. My team was short. We had like 6 people working like a 9-person operation, and it took like 3 months to get 1 person in. And like,
wait, 3 months?
Yeah, like we didn't even, like, our supervisor was telling us that like they weren't even interviewing anybody yet, and we were just like, why? And we were just told like, oh, we'll get to it. Like, this is a Walmart, and no matter like what department, every employee has to get interviewed by one of 2 people who just interview everybody. So I think that's why the system is so slow. I don't know any other store's operation, because I only know Walmart's, just from being there for a year. But I mean, I assume it's probably very similar, just to like keep the high pay scale short.
Yeah, I know a lot of the places I've worked, it's like they have to do a bunch of drug testing, and like, because like you're working with like either heavy machinery, or you'll be driving like
specimens.
You have to do a lot of drug. Yeah. You have to do a lot of fucking drug testing and stuff. But like, it still seems like a crazy amount of time. 3, like, especially for Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming you guys get drug tested, but like,
no.
Wait, you don't?
No, I got to work with a heroin junkie for about a month, and he would what's crazy is that he told this like new girl that he was addicted to heroin, and that he was waiting for his first paycheck so that he could go like buy more drugs to sell, and that he could go buy a gun to protect that business. And that wasn't grounds for being fired at all. Like, our supervisor was made aware. She took it to like upper management, and they couldn't do anything about it until they had like further evidence. So then until his attendance got bad, that's when they fucking fired him. He would show up at, like, he would always be going to the bathroom because he would like pick at his scabs, like on his face and on his arms and like just everywhere, man. Scabs would always be opening up, and he'd have to like go to the supervisor and like lift up his shirt and like show his like fucking beer belly. It's all hairy and shit, like bleeding now. And he's like, oh man, it's bleeding now. My scab keeps cracking open. And she would have to be like a school nurse, like taking him back into like the warehouse section so he could go get like a boo-boo band-aid. And like just like eventually they told him that he had to like inform somebody that he was going to the bathroom. And like they had to like write down the time. And another thing that should have been grounds for at least maybe, I don't know, an investigation or a drug test that never led to one. The bathroom in the back of Walmart only had one room for men and one room for women. And the door was broken on like the men's bathroom, and it was like unaware, like the lock wasn't working. And inside this bathroom was this like motion sensor light that took a minute to like not 60 seconds, but like it took a while to shut off. And somebody like early in the morning opened up this door to go use the bathroom on their break, and that guy was on the toilet with zero clothes on, his head cranked back like this, sleeping with the light off in this bathroom.
No. Oh no.
And they told the supervisor right away, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Wait, what? This.
Yeah, man. And this,
Wait,
like,
was it his shift at least? Like,
yeah, it was his shift. It wasn't long after his shift started, man.
you just got fucked up and just went to the bathroom. He just fell asleep. Yo, can't fire him yet. Can't fire him yet.
Meanwhile, then a few days later, he's talking to some like 19-year-old girl, because he was like 32. He's talking to some 19-year-old girl who just started working there about how he's some drug dealer who needs a gun, like, and a drug addict.
Wait. That bathroom man incident was before the other one?
Yeah, it was before the new girl even came.
That wasn't enough proof?
I'm telling you, nothing was until his attendance got bad. Then they were like,
wow.
Sorry, dude, your attendance is real bad. You can't come back.
They literally just need someone to fill the fucking roster. That's it. Like, they just don't care.
That took them 3 months. You
could be cracked out in the bathroom and...
Yeah, and that'll take them 3 months to hire.
3 months to hire something like that.
He used to just like on security cameras, he would be like right underneath them, and he would just sit down next to like somebody else who's working on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't give a fuck.
That's just awesome. I want to work at fucking Walmart now.
Oh,
hell
man.
Yeah. Not actually. Fuck retail.
Especially not with like 6-year-old women being like the only like team members, like with like lifting like 50-pound bags of like dog food and like sodas and shit.
Yeah.
It was always like, Oliver. Oh, thank you, sweetie. There's so many like old women who are like out of state that like work at our Walmart for some reason. Like the lady who runs the truck deliveries that are showing up, she's from Jersey. And she has like a real thick like west or like East Coast accent, super thick. And then like 2 people were from Georgia, and just like always talk about how they like hate like the Packers, just like rile up some like other old guy named Gino who only had like 3 fucking teeth, and he would always drink like 2 like Mega Monster cans in like one shift.
Oh
yeah, I don't know, it's a weird fucking cast of characters. There was one time where this like I had to stock these like gallon water jugs on a shelf, so you have to go like 2 at a time, like one in each hand, and I had a whole pallet filled with them, probably like, I don't know, 20 or like 30 boxes of like 3 bottles each. So I was there for a while. Right when I started the pallet, like breaking it all down and working it, this like really fat Cuban guy comes by, and he goes, so to set the scene, right? He has an eye patch on one of his eyes, and on the same side of that face, it's all saggy. So I think he had a stroke at one point. Yeah. And he's wearing some sort of like, I don't know, some like revolutionary, like figure on his like shirt. I forget who. And he comes up to me. He's got like a camo like jacket on and like some like green pants. And he goes, "Hello, brother. Do you have time to talk?" And I was like, well, I'm not getting out of this shit. So I was like, yeah, sure. And he starts talking to me about how, like, you can't trust the government with anything. This is like way before COVID.
Okay.
He's talking to me about how like you can't trust the government with anything because it's all bullshit. And he makes a leap from that to denying the Holocaust, saying all Jews are black. And if a Jew is white, it's a fake Jew. And he was saying in the Holocaust, all the picture evidence is white people starving. So it was fake. And they were all like actors. And he goes, like, white Jews are bullshit. Like, real Jews are black, dark black. Yeah, he's like, all these Jews today, they're bullshit. They're bullshit Jews. They're fake. And he starts talking about how the Great Depression was caused from Africans being sent to New York City in America to mine gold underneath the World Trade Center, and that crashed the U.S. economy, which caused the Great Depression.
Dude, oh my god.
Do you know what year what year were the World Trade Centers built?
I don't know. I don't think it was that early.
I was say I feel like there's no way.
That's really early on, like
it's the 1930s.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of characters at Walmart that were just fucking freaks. I had a guy one time, I was stocking like ramen, and this guy comes up to me with like a cigarette in his mouth that's not like lit or anything. It's just like dangling from his lip. And he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey dude, you got something for this?" And on his elbow is like this like big like cut that's like bleeding, like actively bleeding. And I was like, like, we don't have any band-aids or anything. Like, you can like go to the bathroom. And he was like, dude, do you have any like duct tape and paper towel? Like, he was like, I've been to like prison. Like, I know how to make a band-aid. And so I actually did know where to find paper towel and duct tape because they have it like out on the store in like spill stations. So I ripped them off like a couple squares like paper towel, and he just like duct taped it around his arm and just like went about his day. He's like, "All right, thanks, man."
Oh my god, bro. Like, dude, Walmart is literally just a fucking like GTA 5 strangers and freaks fucking like every possible encounter, man.
It's Holy pretty shit. Much what you would expect.
And just for reference, 1973 was when they were built, apparently. So
yeah, that's a little off.
A little bit before the fucking Great Depression.
Yeah. Yeah, for people listening too, the shift that I worked at Walmart when I was a stocker, meeting all these like weird ass people, was from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it was like the perfect time for like all the freaks and weirdos to just like come in and like shop. Oh man, I just thought of another one too. One time, so the way our store is set up, on the very like complete opposite sides of the store, is like the deli section with like all the coolers with like dairy products and like butter and all that, and on the complete opposite end, like very far from it, is all like cleaning supplies. So there's like this whole wall of toilet paper and paper towel, and there was this like really fucking old lady. She looked like she was like late 60s at least, like very fucking like wrinkled skin, pure white hair. But I swear to God, she must have been on like coke or some shit, or she just had like 5 fucking coffees, and like I don't know, maybe she just didn't even like dilute it with water. Maybe she was just like chewing on the grounds, like chewing tobacco. I don't know, but it looked like she took caffeine into the fucking veins, dude. She's like searching around, like, hey, do you know where the butter is? In
butter?
In the paper towel section, she's looking for butter, like refrigerated butter. And she couldn't have been further from it. And not only that, when you like the only doors you can go into in our Walmart, if you like right when you walk in, if you look to the left, you'll see the butter. It's all just like along a wall. You just go straight back. She had to go straight forward as far as you could and then take a left. And from there, she had to go like even further to the wall from where she could go from just going forward. And I took her to the end of the aisle and I pointed it out and I was like, yeah, there's your butter all the way down there. And she was like, I think she was like trying to get me to like walk her down there. And she was like, what? I don't see it. And I was like, you don't even need to see it. I'm telling you where to go. You just go forward. I was like, you will see it. And I was really just trying to like, just trying to get her out of my hair.
Not have to hold her hand all that way. Yeah,
not get dragged along.
Ugh. Here, come help me load it in my car.
Oh my God, when I was a car pusher, that kind of shit was bad. I dropped someone's TV when I was a car pusher.
Oh shit.
And he didn't want me to do anything about it. Like the customer, I was like, do you want me to like go like tell like my manager like I just did this? Like it was like in a box, so it probably was safe. But
yeah,
the corner was like a little dented, and I was like, if I was this customer, I would be like lighting myself up. If I like, I'd be like really like making a big scene about that. And the guy was like, no, just get in my car. We gotta go. And I was like, okay.
Wait, what?
He was in some like big rush.
You got a fucking ETA to get the TV home.
Right.
Ugh. Gotta get the Packers game on, right?
Yeah.
God.
You were telling me you had some fun stories from a healthcare job you worked.
Yeah. So I worked at this like healthcare company as like a courier basically. So every day I would come into work and I would drive specimens around from like hospital to hospital, because like how they do it, they don't test. So like they'll like draw blood, for example. That's like a type of specimen.
Okay.
At a hospital, but then they send it to another site where they have all the like lab equipment. They don't like test that at that hospital. So I would basically go to these hospitals and then bring it back to the lab. I had this big ass fucking van, and when I was getting trained, the amount of like just so okay, first off, I'll tell you how I got the job, right? I think there were like 4 other people, and like when I was going in for the interview, I literally showed up late for a job where I was a driver and I had to be on time, because like literally these specimens will go bad if you're like if they're not like properly like taken care of.
Yeah.
So yeah, I showed up late to my interview. Nothing went wrong in it, but like I just wasn't on time. There was like traffic and all that crap. I left like an hour early but still got there late. And then all the other people that interviewed got like disqualified. So the one guy was like 400 pounds or something, and he just like,
and they were like, yo, fuck this dude.
Yeah. And then another guy like showed up in a suit, and like I think they actually took him out for a day on like a like training route basically, which is way easier than the route he was actually like and I was actually applying for.
Yeah.
And like the next day he just didn't show up again. And this guy was like 50 or 60 years old, and it's like, why are you applying for this job, man? Like this is like some FedEx, like you're gonna have to kind of like hustle to get places. So I like beat out all these other candidates by being late to my interview. And so I got the job. I have to get like trained on all this stuff. And because like some specimens have to get like refrigerated, and then some need to be kept like warm. Some are ambient, doesn't matter like what temp they are. So just like a whole lot of training and stuff to make sure like I'm not gonna like mess something up, because like sometimes they take like specimens that are like from cancer, so like they cannot take another specimen. Like if you mess that up, it's like this person like is gonna die or can die. So
wow.
Yeah, that's a slight bit of responsibility. And so I'm getting trained by all these people, and for context, they're all really nice. They were super nice to me. Just want to preface that, like, I'm talking shit, but like they're really good people. Okay, the one guy that I had the biggest problem with was, I'm not gonna say his name, but like just call him John. So John was an older guy, heavier set once again, and he was what we call a float, which means like he like goes to like, so if someone calls in, he can do like any route possible basically. Like he was super knowledgeable, but he was slow as fucking molasses. This guy took his time on everything.
Okay.
And I remember like one of the first times I went out with him, like the route I was working like always got behind by at least like an hour or two. And
wow.
Yeah, so like every day, like overtime is nice, right? But every day I'm coming home late, and like every once in a while I'd like skip lunch and like try and like get things done faster, and I'd always like be like busting my ass like trying to get out the door fast as possible. Yeah, that's not how this guy did it. Like we literally stopped at a Culvers for a whole hour just eating.
What?
And I just kept like looking at my phone like
like someone's life could be on the line, and this dude's just trying to get some yum yums.
Oh my god. Literally, like to be fair, like there's a pretty big window for like a lot of these specimens, but like the people in the labs need to test them because they're on the clock too. Like they're just waiting for us to come back so they can like test all these specimens. And like we're just sitting here at a Culver's eating fucking burgers, and I'm just like, I finished my food super fast because like most days I wouldn't even like bother with lunch. But yeah, this guy, he really wanted his fucking food, so we stopped there for a whole ass hour. And then by the time we got okay, I don't want to mess this up too much, but kind of for context, the route was supposed to end, I think it was at like 11, and yeah, it was, or no, I think it was like supposed to end at around like 10 or 11, and most nights I would get done like 11:30 or like 12. That night I think I finally clocked out at like around 2.
Wow. I think I remember you telling me about this
yeah,
like when it happened.
Yeah, I was so pissed off that night because when we got back to this, okay, you have to unload all your specimens, right? Like, because you're, the hospitals typically are closer to each other than like the lab is to the hospitals. So like you only go, so like you service like 5 or 6 different hospitals, and you only go back to like the main area like once or twice. So like the last time we had to go back, we always have a ton of specimens that we have to unload. We unloaded them, and like we're looking around for the like, it's called an incubator. It's like this thing that like keeps specimens heated.
Okay. Yeah.
and we're like looking for it. And it's like, dude, I don't know where this is.
Oh my god.
Where is this incubator? And I'm like, it's already super late. We need to like start turning all this stuff in to like the people in the lab, because they're gonna be pissed that like we're this late already. And like now we forgot an incubator, and he's freaking out too, because like it's a big freaking deal when you do this. And he's like, oh, we must have left it at that last hospital that we were at. We gotta go back and get it. And I'm just like, no, there is literally no way. I literally triple check every time, especially with this guy, because like we're just standing around waiting half the time because he's so fucking slow.
Yeah.
And it turns out I was unloading the like van that we were in, and this fucking Yahoo's like, oh, I'll take this one in, and just walked in the door with it and just like randomly set it on the ground inside like the like staging area where like we were dropping shit off. And it's like, I was like sitting there talking to him because like we're taking inventory and we realized we're missing something. And I'm like, oh my God, I know I counted it. I know I put it in. Where could it be? And I'm just like, where the fuck is this thing? And then I like finally look down and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, bro, I'm like tapping on his shoulders. No, I gotta get going. I'll go back and go get it. And I'm like, dude, it's literally on the ground. You just left it here. Like, holy crap. I'm so glad we don't have to go out. Because if we would have had to go out, that would have been at least 30 minutes extra time. And yeah.
Oh my God.
Stuff like that all the time. And then everyone takes like little shortcuts that like, oh yeah, I don't really need the freezer with me this time. Like we don't really get many frozen things. So then I go out and I'm like, okay, well, I don't need the freezer, so I didn't bring it. And it turns out I get these massive fucking specimen that's like normally shit's like this big.
Okay.
This was like this. And I'm like, well, I have no way to fit this in my cooler. Like there's just no fucking room. So I'm just like, I just ended up throwing a ton of dry ice on top of it and just like drove back as fast as I could and just hoped that it would be okay.
That's probably so much worse.
Well, we use dry ice for all the like freezing and stuff, but like
direct contact?
It just with a lot of things, yeah.
Okay.
It would be direct contact, but like if it's not in a container, dry ice melts super fast.
Yeah, it evaporates.
Literally, yeah. So I was just like throwing these massive like fucking chunks of dry ice on the fucking thing, hoping that it would be fine. And I just hauled ass as fast as I could back to the place and fucking dropped it off.
So like, how does dropping it off go where they don't realize that like this was not cared for in a freezer?
Well, you just hope that the test goes all right, and if not, well, that's a strike, buddy.
I wonder how much research throughout the country just gets fucked up from like hiring kids to drive around like extremely important shit. or like 50-year-old guys who go and get culvers for an hour while someone's cancer like cures come in the mail. That was I forget what his name was. Okay, don't say his name. Yeah, I'll say you probably shouldn't.
It's good that I don't remember his name, but like this once again another older guy, because I think that's all they had working there pretty much for older folks. He I think it was like he's on his third specimen that had just gotten like lost or misplaced. And it was just like, are you gonna fire this guy? Like, no? Okay, cool. Like, the one time it was
lose 3?
Exactly. Like, and like, there's a ton of paperwork for all this stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, it was just like my whole time working there, I never like literally only when I was like getting trained by this guy, like like I had a even chance of losing something. It was such an easy job if you just like paid attention to what you're doing like half the time. But yeah, people would fuck shit up a lot, like way more than should be like allowed, and just get away with it.
Losing 3 specimens sounds so critically important.
It really is. Like it's a massive deal. Like I think the only reason they didn't fire him is because he was like planning on retiring or going on like half shifts. But yeah, everyone there was super nice, but they were really nice people. That's all I'm gonna say about them. There's a lot of components missing. It's kind of like the machining place I worked at. There was a lot missing. The like 30-minute smoke breaks constantly. Like,
oh my god,
that definitely got on my nerves. But
that sounds so lit though. The fact that people get smoking breaks, how does that not, like, how is that still around? How is that not in like, how is that not in history books where we laugh at that yet?
Yeah, really.
Like, that's such an incentive to smoke.
And it's such an amount of time too that like even people who don't smoke just like go out on it and like sit there and talk to them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, screw it, why wouldn't I? Like, there's no point in like
dude, you're
not taking this massive break. Which is like everyone in most of the jobs I've worked, like everyone's getting paid by the hour and everyone is like going out on these like smoking breaks, or they're just like kind of like sitting around and like just waiting for people to come back from smoking breaks.
Yeah. Now kids just vape during their shifts.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm curious if they can get vape breaks, because like most people I know, they just hit it and they're just done with it.
Yeah, they just hit it like during work.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a buddy who does that.
Oh yeah, we do have a buddy who does that.
Yeah, I probably two.
What's up?
Probably two of them.
Yeah, definitely two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's definitely keep talking about the job thing, but like vaping is a whole nother topic that we can definitely get into. Yeah, it's
sad.
It really is.
Let's talk about vaping when we were in high school. So we've been
if you're good to talk about it, yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
We don't have to like single anyone out. I don't think we should do that.
Definitely not. No.
But so we've been graduated from high school right now for over a year, and when we were in there, from like 2015 to 2019, and mostly in like the last 2 years of us being in high school, vaping really blew up. Like when I was in freshman and sophomore year, I had heard of like an e-cigarette, but that was like as much as I ever heard about vaping. And that was just like something that like old people did. Like that was kind of like the old person thing to do, was like, oh yeah, like he's done chewing, so now he's got the e-cigarette. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this like cultural shift happened where like everybody that we knew went from like agreeing with like the DARE program about how like nicotine is like the fucking devil, and how like tobacco companies should just be like shot in the fucking head for like being able to like market nicotine towards like kids like they used to with like cigarette ads on like TV and shit, to all of a sudden people don't even want to smoke weed anymore. They just want nicotine so bad. Like I don't mean that. Like they trust me, that's the same crowd of people who want to like just get fucked up. People would have like vape pens, or like dab pens of like THC oil that was like counterfeit shit, and like people have died smoking that. But like nicotine is so fucking bad. Just like the effect we saw it have on kids like while we were in high school is so brutal.
My biggest thing with it is like so many other like, and I'm not the most experienced with like substance abuse and like stuff like that, but like I've tried stuff before, but like never like a lot. And the thing I don't get is like everything I've heard is that like marijuana and alcohol will make you have like different states of mind. They'll make you have a better time, yada yada. But like nicotine, like the whole meme, your knees get wobbly. And like what else do you get from it? Like I just don't.
And then you get angry when you don't have it.
Like like it calms you for like a month, and then like after that you're just completely addicted to it. Like I just don't get it. Like out of every substance to abuse, I feel like why nicotine?
Nicotine is like, the effect it has is mostly similar to like CBD in marijuana, where like, you know, it's not psychoactive, it doesn't change like your state of mind, but it mostly just relaxes your muscles. And for a lot of people that just it feels like a high, and it really like relaxes them and like relieves stress. But the addiction factor is so sad. I remember people who I went to high school with, like I couldn't talk to them after like a year of like them vaping, a lot of them, because they would be so like aggressive in everything they did. If they couldn't hit their vape every like hour, like every hour they needed to, they would like go to the bathroom in high school, or they would like hide it in their sleeve to like vape like during class. Constant dosing of like nicotine that's like multiple cigarettes worth, just dosing it constantly. It's so like, it made people that I knew have such bad fucking anger problems that like they didn't have before, just from like the constant withdrawal.
Yeah.
And like they wouldn't want to hear about it either. Like there were people who like cut me off because I was like, dude, like you've changed so much. Like you were never this angry of a person before, and now you go 1 hour without like hitting your vape and you're like punching shit or like like threatening people. Like fuck, man. And like, they wouldn't want to hear it.
It's just so like, it's so sad, and I just don't like other things I can wrap my mind around, right? Like weed, and like I said before, weed, alcohol, like even to an extent like harder drugs, but like it's just so addictive for so little. I just can't understand it. And every time I try to, and like even talking to people that like use Nick regularly, like it seems like the only reason they keep doing it is that like they're addicted to it now.
It tastes
and
yummy.
like, yeah, they tried it before and now they're addicted to it. Like I just,
yeah,
it's fucking sad, because like it's like our entire like generation pretty much that got wrapped up in it. And like I thought we were supposed to be the ones that like finally stopped fucking like wasting our time with like tobacco and like nicotine. Like,
yeah, it's like I literally, like everybody I knew who was like really big into like smoking weed like all the time, they would like in our freshman and sophomore year, and like way before that too, it was always like fuck cigarettes are absolutely disgusting, and like the nicotine is bullshit. Like I would never kiss a, like I knew guys who'd be like, I would never kiss a girl who like smoked cigarettes because they taste like an ashtray. And then like nicotine is just cool ass shit that like people are like like flexing like what kind of vapes they have. They're talking about how they spent like half their paycheck on like disposable vapes that they don't even like, but they bought like 50 of them because they were $1 each, and for some reason they thought that was a good deal. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, it's such a horrible topic, because like when you talk to people about it, they don't want to get off it. Like it doesn't even enter their mind to like get off it. Like I've talked with like family members that smoke before, and like I've asked them like, hey, you know how bad this is, right? Yeah. Are you ever gonna try and stop? No, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Like, and then I talk to like people that vape, and it's the same shit, and it's like, wow, we really learned nothing from like the like a cigarette epidemic, and now it's vaping. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't know how that fucking flip happened.
Dude, a memory that's like burned into my fucking brain that I will never forget is at the end of our junior year, in like the last week of it, there was a group of guys who were going to the bathroom to go vape, and one of them said to like the rest of the group, he was like, guys, whatever I say next week, don't let me hit the Juul. And like I had that same reaction. I laughed at first, and then like when I went home that night, it was so fucking sad to think about like how real that moment was. Like it was like a genuine plea to try to like kick this addiction.
That's and like they're getting like, it's not legal.
No.
Like,
but
you
everyone
can't make
had
that
it.
argument anymore. Yeah.
Everyone had it.
Literally everyone. And man, that really fucked our generation up.
Yeah.
So close. I can't isolate like what like led to that flip though. You know what I mean? That nicotine's horrible, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, mango.
there's so many elements to it. Like, people wanted to have the coolest rig. They wanted to like build this machine that was cooler than other people's machines, and then, you know, people were learning vape tricks.
Oh.
And like that mixed up with like how much money everybody knew this was costing them, it just became a flex. So then like the second like women in our high school started to like pick up on that and be like, whoa, like who's got a Juul? Like I used to hear people talk about how like female friends of mine would talk about how they think like more girls vaped in high school just for like the clout than like men vaped. Like, I'd have like female friends talk about how like all they saw in like the bathrooms were just like the boys' bathrooms, where it was just like groups of people who would get pissed off if you're using the bathroom for a bathroom.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Is like, it was a meme. Like, it's not the bathroom anymore; it's just the vape room.
Yeah,
like
that was so true.
But it's literally true. Like, no one really pissed in high school anymore. Like, it was always vaping. Like,
well, people would piss, but like if you shit, like they would all get fucking mad.
Cause that's their little room, man.
That's their hangout.
Like for context, we only had like 2 stalls in our bathroom.
Yeah, each.
Yeah, 2 stalls, and like at least in boys, didn't make it into the women's. 2 stalls,
I did once.
And then
yeah, there's only 3. There's only 3 stalls.
Their vape room's better. More places to hide from fucking termite.
Yeah, for context for everyone listening, I didn't just like raid the bathroom, okay? They had, this is something that people aren't going to remember, or that they're not going to experience. We had our bathroom shut down because people were vaping. That was like the school.
So much.
That was a nationwide school tactic, was to shut down every bathroom in the school except for one, and it was only for the boys. Every female bathroom was open during the school, even though they were also having like vape circles. But like in our lunchroom, there was like, I would have had to go farther than just like the farthest wall away from like the farthest like hallway away from like the cafeteria. I would have had to like turn and then go even further from that. So instead, right next to it was like a female bathroom, and I was like, hey, is anyone in there? And there was like one person in there, but I recognized her voice, and I was like, hey, they have every like male bathroom shut down. If you have a problem with this, can you like bring it up to them? But like, I really don't want to go like across the school because like other people's actions. So like, can I like come in there and use that? Like, is that cool with you? And it was. And then after that, like a bunch of like 3 other girls came in, and they all knew me, and they thought it was like hilarious that I was in there. They're like, oh, I didn't even question it. But that's good. At least. That's why I was in there. Yeah, we were.
But the fact that you had to do that just because like they literally shut down the fucking bathrooms because too many people were vaping. Like,
yeah,
I remember dudes would smoke weed in the bathrooms. I never got that one.
Are you talking about like before our time, or when people like our age would like while we were there, like dab pens?
People our age would do it. No, like actual like I think it was like freshman year this was happening.
Damn,
someone got popped for that.
I only heard about one person doing that.
Yeah.
I
think we're thinking about the same person, but
yeah,
I didn't get that. I don't know. No matter how many people I talk to that like abuse stuff like that, like it doesn't track with me. I don't know.
I could see hitting a vape pen or a dab pen to like get some like THC in your system for in a bathroom, because you can get away with that pretty well. You just inhale it and hold it, and then like almost nothing comes out too, so there's not really a smell. But like smoking weed, that guy was asking to get fucking popped for that. How dumb do you have to be? Like, our bathrooms didn't have vents.
They're so small, like, and then I'm pretty sure the one he was doing it, like a teacher always like, there's always teachers walking by it too.
Yeah, I think it was by like their like the teacher lounge by the cafeteria.
Yeah, it's
because that's the only one that's like kind of far from all the classrooms, because the other bathrooms are like in the middle of like the whole high school. But like there's this one bathroom up on like the upper level that's like kind of far away from like everyone else, but the teacher's lounge is like right there. So it's really not that far. Like, you're right in like the tiger's den.
On substance abuse, bro. Actually, I don't want to talk about that too much, but like, yeah, I probably shouldn't go into that actually.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't know. How do you feel about like doing podcasts and knowing that people will see it? It's kind of weird for me.
Oh, I don't mind at all. But you got to realize though, like the amount of exposure I've given myself, like putting like weird shit out online. I've been doing it for so many years, especially on like Snapchat, where it's like gotten like pretty personal, and also just like on like a legal level, like posted a lot of like illegal shit, and I just like I'm really jaded to like posting myself online because it's kind of like what I want to do too, so it just makes sense for me. That's why I don't want to single people out, because as long as we're not like name dropping like specific people, like I don't think we're gonna have a problem with anyone.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, for me, like I just think like I'm recording this podcast so people see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I like recording videos and stuff so that people see it, but I don't know. It's just like when I'm talking about real life, it's different, you know?
It's intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they're so popular, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and also I think like a lot of antisocial people really enjoy watching them, probably just because they think like I wouldn't know because I'm not really that antisocial when I thought I was, but like I'm sure like someone like that might get something out of it that we don't, where it's like, oh well, like this is how a conversation looks when like just like two extroverts are in like a fucking room together. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if like I'm trying to say like they would envy it or like take notes or something, but like maybe they just get something out of it.
Yeah, it's a thing of like, I think it's called like a parasocial relationship. It's basically online like influencers. They it's like a friend group, but like you don't actually know them. They're getting something out of it in the sense that like they don't have to like go out and like talk to friends, but like they can like listen to us, you know? That
makes sense, because that's how people talk about their favorite shows. They act like they know the characters.
Yeah. And
like personally.
Like this is even more real because like Uncle Mike here, like it doesn't like it doesn't get much more like, I don't know, close than that. Like, and you know, like I hope you know that I'm a real person.
I know you're a real person, Uncle Mike.
Oh, that makes me feel good.
We've gotten pizza one too many times for me to not know that.
Definitely. Jesus.
I gotta get some pizza money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought some more Bitcoin. It's most of my money because I didn't have much.
Why?
Mike, the projection charts. The projection charts look so good right now. It's about to boom to 50K. Listen to me. It's an investment. It's internet gold, Mike. You don't understand.
Well, you're right about one thing. I don't understand. That doesn't tickle my fancy. I don't get Bitcoin. I understand investing. I would say I understand investing pretty well, but like investing in Bitcoin does not make sense to me. It's like, if anything in the stock like that has to do with like investing is a gamble, it's investing in like cryptocurrency.
Well,
that's why I hate it.
A gamble, I don't know about that. It depends on which crypto you're investing in. That's the thing, because almost every crypto and like altcoin has a different algorithm for how it's generating more, and some of them just don't even have like a certain some of them aren't even like a finite amount. But that's what I like about Bitcoin, is that there's only going to be X amount ever in existence. And the reason why the value keeps going up is because like more keep becoming like brought into existence by like algorithms being run that are generating more pieces of Bitcoin. So in reality, there's more backing up the value of Bitcoin than there is the US dollar.
Okay, come the fuck on.
No, that's true.
That is not how currency works. That is not how currency works. The entirety of the United States uses the US dollar. Yeah. That's what's backing up the US. It's the faith behind the dollar. That's what backs it up.
I'm saying without the gold standard, that's why we can just print more. And like we just keep fucking up the value of it by printing more. With Bitcoin, there's a certain amount and that's all it'll be. It's just like gold. There's only so much gold.
you have to get people to place their trust in the currency. Like, people aren't going to place their trust, especially like people over 50 aren't going to place their trust in something like this that they don't understand.
Hey man, $1 is only worth $1. One Bitcoin right now is worth about $10,000. I think people trust this, Mike. Checkmate.
Yeah.
Ever heard of
definitely.
economics?
I guess not. Yeah.
When $1 is worth $10,000, then we'll see who trusts it.
Yeah, it's not deflation or anything like that, right?
Before we started this podcast, I was telling Mike about how whenever I talk about politics or social problems, I usually start the conversation thinking I know a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
And halfway through the conversation, I realize I'm not well versed in it at all. That's me with economics. But let me tell you something about buying Bitcoin. Do it right now. This is financial advice and not entertainment. Okay. Buy Bitcoin.
Financial advice right now. Invest in ETFs. Do not worry about anything else.
No.
It is literally buying an ETF is like getting a B for just showing up. That's all you have to do, and you will have an okay investment strategy.
Do not open a 401k if your job offers to match 6%. Do not
open a 401k. That is the best thing you can do.
No. Do not buy.
It does not get better than that.
Do not buy a stock that will give you dividend shares from the profits of that company. Do not buy the S&P 500. Do not buy Tesla.
Buy Aerotime. Buy Aerotime now. It's going up to the moon.
Be a wage slave for the rest of your life. Never invest your money. Hey, get $5,000, put it in a vault, and bury it in your backyard. Your grandchildren are gonna find that and be millionaires. With interest rates like today, let me tell you something. You should bury that money. You'll thank yourself later. Just wait until you see what $5,000 today is worth in 5 years.
Wait till you see what it's worth in like 6 months when the recession hits. When all the monopoly money that they've been pumping into the stock market
I was gonna say
comes around.
When the bubble pops, when they stop inflating the fucking stock market.
One day. I'm literally just like not investing a lot of my money now, just because like
now's not the time to do it.
Yeah. Cute doggy. Too small.
Rupa. Too small. I actually thought that when
you
first
cut out.
got her. What? Hello?
Fuck. I figured this would happen at some point. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, it just randomly cuts out sometimes.
Okay. Well, we're good. We're back. And we are recording again.
But the biggest thing, to invest, you need a job. Oh, no.
Otherwise, you don't have pizza money from all your Bitcoin investments.
Yeah, no pizza money.
You can't go get a $9 pizza from Mod Pizza.
Yeah, I can't go out to eat every day. That's no good.
It's just rice. It's just rice and bread. Unless you got mommy and daddy buying your food. Buying your yum-yums. Forever.
God. Yeah, forever. That'll never end. What's that?
What's a layoff?
Literally. Especially in this market. But yeah, that's definitely the reason, like, I think we're having such a hard time finding jobs. Like, not to toot my own horn too much, but like, I know I'm qualified, right? Like,
not to toot my horn, but I know my time is worth at least $30 an hour. I can see why that's a big chunk of their money.
If I'm not making $30 an hour, like, what's the point? Like,
how am I gonna eat?
Yeah.
How am I gonna get? No pizza money.
yeah, no pizza Bitcoin money.
I'll say if I can't put $1,000 every month into Bitcoin, that job's not for me. I'm sorry. I'm backing out.
I mean, $30 an hour, you probably could do that. You
Mike,
could do that at 20.
Not with my 8 condos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know my tenant just fucked up her washing machine. And I gotta kick her out because it was with the newborn.
Fucking bitch was crying all night. What the fuck? Fucking damn dog yapping and yapping.
She looked it up. That WebMD said to get rid of a rash, you need to throw it in the washing machine. Didn't know she meant the clothes. She threw the whole fucking baby in. Clothes still on. Snagged a hole in the washer. Got spun around and hung.
Hey, one good thing.
You die
Don't
1,000
have to
deaths.
listen to her cry anymore.
Yeah.
God. But yeah, I don't know. I think once. Oh, that's the other thing. When is a cure gonna happen? Because like, I was gonna say once like a cure comes out or like a vaccine, it'll start getting better, like job wise.
Yeah.
Because people like stop getting laid off so much.
Let me tell you when this cure is gonna come around. After the presidential election of 2019 or 2020. You know, that's such a convenient narrative, and honestly,
I've heard that so much.
Oh my god, do I wish it was that simple. And honestly,
Same.
I hope I get surprised and it is. Imagine
I
how
hope-
nice it would be if the economy was fully reopened right after
Just-
the election. Just
instantly?
numbers muted.
That would be amazing. Honestly, I would love if that narrative was true.
Yeah, that'd be so nice. That would be the most epic narrative.
Actually, though.
I knew personally a couple of people who've they had to get tested, or I think they just wanted to get tested because they thought they had coronavirus. So they went to a CVS pharmacy that was doing the testing. It was a long ass line that was like over an hour. So their name was on the sheet, their contact information was. They decided, fuck this line. I feel actually kind of okay, so I'm good. They left, never got swabbed or anything. And a week later, that's what they said. A week later, they got a phone call saying they tested positive. And I've known 3 different people on 3 different occasions who had this happen at 2 different CVS pharmacies. Now,
Like, I don't.
that could be a lot of different things, and I don't know what it is. But that's not good.
Okay, obviously, like circumstantial evidence, but like 3 times, that's like insane. Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah, that's
actually insane.
Like,
like,
absolutely insane. And that's
don't
not
even-
even some like conspiracy shit. Like I wish I had like, I don't know, I wish I had like a GoPro on them when they were like walking in, and like I wish I like it was all like video recorded. But like there's stories like that all throughout the country of people who like leave like clinics faster than like when they actually get swabbed and they're told that like they tested positive. So I don't know, maybe it's just like mishandling materials somehow.
some 18-year-old kid driving the specimens around.
Yeah, just like, oh hey,
Uh.
did you check off that box for Uncle Mike coming into our clinic today? No. Okay, you should check off that box. Who knows?
Well, he walked in the front doors. He probably has it.
Right. Well, 5 people before him tested positive, and he did walk through the doors.
Hey, he was standing within 6 feet of him. I don't know what to say. Basically guaranteed.
He didn't have a mask on.
Ugh.
He's
I think
fricked.
you're. Yeah. The amount of like masks that
Littered.
are just not okay, yeah, littered for one, but like then just like not useful, like either because like how thin it is, nose poking out, like the amount of like holes in it, like
Yeah.
oh my god,
Well-
like just going to the grocery store and seeing that is just depressing.
There was no mandated specific mask to be
Yeah.
used. So people are allowed to use bandanas. They can use like they can wear a hoodie backwards. We had a friend on I just saw it on Snapchat earlier how he was in a Jimmy John's with his hoodie backwards and his hood on his nose, and they let him hang out there. And
Oh, that's awesome.
the thing is too, like you can't even do anything about like that, like with like restaurants being opened indoors, because in order to eat you have to have a mask off.
Yeah, I went to like, what was it? It was like a Denny's, yeah, Denny's. like later at night one time.
Oh
yeah. Like relatively recently. Yeah, late night Denny's, best Denny's.
We gotta go there sometime.
And there were people wearing their masks. They would take the masks off like when they're eating, and then like while they're chewing, they would put it on. That was like one subset of people.
Were they pulling it like below their chin? That's criminal. That's so gross.
And then at the same time, you would have dudes that would just like walk in, have like fucking
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
No. Actually, it would be the fucking goon shit like this, and just like sit down at a table and then they just eat like normal, and just no one would care.
Yeah.
And like the restaurants just can't say anything because they've already missed out on so much revenue that like if they deny a customer now, it's like game over.
Well, also like I'm sure like the restaurant owners themselves personally like disagree with like this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. At least like I don't know, probably a good amount of them, especially like the big like chain restaurants like Denny's, for example. First of all, I doubt like the owner's even there. I bet it's just like a store manager. And like they probably don't give a fuck. They probably don't care at all. They're probably some like they're probably the kind of like 50 or like 60-year-old who like goes on Facebook and like shares shit about like how it's all fucking like fake and how it'll like be like gone in November. It's like I doubt they care. It's sad how partisan this has gotten too. I had a friend personally, so I don't know how this person's parent thinks she knows my family at all, because there's like no relation, but this like very liberal friend of mine who has a very liberal mom, she wanted to hang out with me. Her daughter did. So my friend's mom said no, because my family is Republican, which I don't know where she got that from. Like as a whole, like it isn't one or the other. Like there's so many members of my family. How do you even know? And and I'm not like a hard Republican, so like I didn't give her that vibe at all. I don't know, but she was like, my family, like Oliver's family is Republican, so he's not gonna wear a mask, and you're not hanging out with him. And that shit ran so deep under my skin. Like that is such a personal attack against my family. And for what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we were gonna hang out outside and go for like a walk, bro.
There's so many factors that just like how the... I mean, I know why it's a partisan issue, because like Trump is like one of the most divisive like presidents ever.
Yeah.
But like good or bad, like he's divisive. I think everyone can agree on that. But the fact that it became so partisan, like, and that people like think it's an attack on their like freedom, like masks are muzzles. Like
your friends are sheep, my friends are wolves.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Oh fuck. We're here to protect the sheep. We're the sheepdog. Like we gotta protect them from the wolves that are trying to take their rights. Like they're like fucking... I just don't... It's a disease. How does it get partisan?
Because people are just so into like tribalism.
Yeah.
Especially during an election year in America. That's all they want.
I think that's one of the biggest problems, is because it's being used to like no matter what, it would be used to attack Trump, like based on like what kind of numbers there is.
Yeah. Even if he did a good job, which he hasn't, even if he did a great job, they would have been like, this isn't like soon enough. They would still be like, there's blood on your hands, and that's not good.
And man, I feel like it would have been a lot better if it wasn't during an election year.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not a lot better, but like definitely better, because now you have so many people that are like you said, going into the whole tribalism mindset of like, no, I can't back down, can't be wearing masks outside. Like, I gotta have the fucking respiratory disease whenever I go to the Walmart to pretend that I don't have to wear a mask.
Oh my god. I love that we know someone like that too, who like just loves to go around and be like
they don't...
nah, dude, you just tell them you have a medical condition. They can't do anything.
They don't actually do that though, do they?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
That
Yeah,
hurts.
I'm sure they do. There's
Like
been like one time where I went to a Walmart around here and I forgot my mask at home, and I was like just running to like the back of the store to like go get something. So like, in all honesty, I really didn't care. Just for that one time, I was like, I'm not gonna pay money for a mask when like I have like 2 reusable ones at home. I'm just going to go to the back of the store, and I was only stopped by like one person. And he was like, yo, my man, yo, you gotta go buy one in the back of the pharmacy. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go do that. Let me just go get this item first. He was like, no. But I just like shook him off, and that was it. So like Walmart doesn't even like give a shit really.
Yeah.
Like there really is no enforcement of it, and I don't think people, like these companies, are just kind of forced into this position. Like, you can tell like, that's like how they all feel.
Yeah.
They're definitely treating it like that. Like now, like managers of like stores and like gas stations are acting like they're like getting paid by the hour.
Yeah.
How like when these kind of workers like treat it, just like that's what the boss says. He's not around.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear it.
Don't worry about the OSHA fucking regulations. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, we got quotas too, man.
when I went to one of the post offices for an interview, well, I've only had an interview at one of them. So when I went to that one, I walked in with a mask on, and they were all looking at me weird, even though they also had masks on. And I wasn't dressed all like weird like I sometimes do, and I go and talk to like the person who's like running the post office, and the door opens. They're the only one in like the whole thing not wearing a mask, and they like reach for it, and she's like putting it on. She's like, I'm sorry, I just can't do this. And I was like, okay, can I not wear mine? And I mean, honestly, it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
It was just like a one-on-one thing too. It's like she looked like she was like perfectly healthy. The thing is like people are still treating this like it's March still. Like we didn't really know, and the CDC didn't even know how bad this really was. Like now every number has changed multiple times. We don't know how many days you are what do you call it, like non
like asymptomatic or
asymptomatic, yes. Now we don't even know how long you're asymptomatic for. Before it was like 2 weeks. Now it's gone down and it's gone up and it's gone down. They talked about how in the beginning of all this they thought COVID lasts on surfaces for 18 days, and now it's down to like 2 hours. Everything keeps changing.
That's my biggest thing about it is like I feel bad about like going outside without a mask on, but at the same time, like, bro, if I fucking die from this disease, like, one, I won't, because the average age of death is literally 80.
Yeah,
like
it's higher than the average age of death.
Yeah, like it's so high, and like in Wisconsin the numbers are still so low. It's just like if I'm in a super public place like a grocery store or something, I will. But like when I'm hanging out with friends, it's just like,
dude, when I see people like sitting alone at a bus stop with a mask on,
that's commitment.
Like I just don't get it. I don't know. I only wear masks when I'm like required to in like a store or something, and it's literally just so I don't have to like deal with any like headaches of like an argument.
I think doing it around like people that you don't know, I think, is definitely like good. But at the same time, like where do I go? Like I don't go anywhere that's like at most I go to the store or like a gas station. I never go inside. Like I just pay with card. Like
the only time I really like encounter people I don't know these days is like if I'm like exercising. If I'm like walking through a park or like riding a bike or something like that, and I'll see people without masks on, like dude, I can tell they're just as happy to see like another human just looking like a human.
Yep.
Like, and that's like a lot of people are around here. Like a lot of people are only doing it just like when they're required to, and they're fucking fed up with it.
I don't wear it out like if I go out and walk or something, or like I think
when you're driving by yourself in the car.
It's gonna come in through the car filter, man. Like, there's so much misinformation out there that like you said with the fucking whole like, oh, it can be on there for 18 days, like.
And then months later, that they're
Come
just
the
like,
fuck
ah, shit,
on.
we don't really know.
Yeah, and like, I understand now, like the more news that comes out about it, like how like shitty or how people distrust like the CDC and stuff like that so much now. Because like when they first like started it, it was like, oh yeah, you don't need to wear a mask, don't wear masks.
Yeah.
But then it turns out, oh wait, you really should. But we just wanted healthcare officials to have their masks, and we didn't want there to be a shortage. Really, dude? Just say that.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck. The rest of us can at least do like something, like some cloth mask, like.
Yeah.
Pressing.
You drive a Grand Cherokee, right? A Jeep Grand.
Yep.
A Grand
Jeep
Cherokee.
Grand Cherokee. Put every paycheck into that thing. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Gonna have it till I die. That's why I'm paying it for 30 years.
Ugh. No.
In the last episode, I talked about how I would love to have a Prius, but right now I drive a CRV from 2002, and I've been looking into a different car. I told you about it off screen, so we don't have to pretend like this is some like talk show where like you don't know which anecdote is coming up.
What car, buddy?
Tell me,
what car do
Conan.
you want?
Tell me. Oh, really? Wait. So you're telling me you're talking right now about this clip we're about to pull up? That's incredible.
Wait, I haven't seen this clip yet. Oh. I'm
Wow.
definitely not okay with you showing this.
Yeah. That looked great. Oh, jeez, Conan, come on.
Man, you're embarrassing me, buddy. Come on, man.
His movie's coming out in November. Go check it out. Conan's like one of like the only like late night guys that I really like enjoy watching. I only see like what he
Yeah.
posts on YouTube though, because I don't have cable. Fucking,
Yeah.
I don't have like boomers for parents.
My parents still have like TV and stuff like that. I tried to get them like do the Netflix thing.
Damn.
Literally the only reason they won't do it, or at least that they say they won't do it, is because of football.
See, I feel
That's it.
that, but then you can just go on Reddit and you just find the streams for free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Same thing with the USC.
Yep.
Not endorsed by me. Again, this is not financial advice. This is only entertainment.
Not do that.
Do not
do that.
look up
That's
free
pirating.
UFC streams, free NFL streams. Do not do that. It is not
Those
the
aren't
first
on
result
Twitch.
on Google.
Those aren't on Reddit. Definitely not.
They are not on buffstreams.com.
Definitely not.
No. But somebody in my family drives a car called a Toyota Echo. And these little fucking cars got 35 miles per gallon just because there's some light little car, almost like the size of a golf cart. They're so small. But it's got two
You
seats.
didn't tell me it was that small.
Oh, dude, it's tiny.
What the fuck?
No, it's not that small. That's just like
Still,
what
though.
that's what it feels like when you're driving it.
Yeah.
Because this person does own a golf cart. It's pretty similar. The golf cart rides a bit higher, it seems.
Yeah.
The very small car, but they're just like 2,000 pounds, and it's got a little 4-cylinder engine in it, 35 miles per gallon city. When I think about owning a Prius, the first thing I think about is like they could have cleared the codes in the like the car's computer, and then all of a sudden I go home with this like hybrid that doesn't have a working hybrid system, and I need to pay like $1,000 or $2,000 for like a whole new battery, if that even fixes it. But with this, it's just a nice simple little car, and it has a timing chain too, and my CRV has a timing belt, and I'm only at 140,000 miles, but thinking about hitting like 180 and like, or coming up on like 200 and needing to like replace the timing belt, fuck that. That's a pretty expensive job.
Yeah.
So I'm really
The only thing I
thinking about
say with
trying
that,
to get that off that family member's hands.
Yeah. See, doing it like that, I feel is good. But like, if you were trying to do it like through a dealer,
Mm.
fuck that. Because like, I believe you said it was like a more rare car.
Yeah, there's not many out there, even though
Yeah.
they're
So
like great.
if shit does break on that, like that's gonna be expensive as hell to get parts for that. No?
No, because eBay is still like, there's still companies that like make parts for them for like eBay, like stores, like brand new shit.
Because I know my parents, they had once again a Jeep, but it had problems like all the time. But it was like relatively rare.
Yeah.
And they always had a lot of fucking like trouble like getting parts for it.
Well, what's good about this is that it shares a lot of parts with
Yeah.
other Toyotas that were a lot more popular during like the generation that they made it in.
They got to figure it out where
They shared parts.
they share parts like that. Yeah.
This car, like a Toyota Echo, they kind of made it like a Frankenstein of other Toyota like parts, like a Lego set, just got scrambled up.
Just cobbled it together.
It's kind of how they
runs.
do it. Yeah.
That's kind of good though.
Dude, I took my driver's test in that car, man. It's so small, it's so nice. The speakers sound like just okay.
Yeah, you know that Volkswagen I have, or had rather, the Jetta. Yeah, that's it. Small cars are so nice.
Oh yeah.
For like,
and I've pretty much like
driving around.
I've pretty much never had one.
Yeah, and like commuting, it's just so nice. Like road trips, it gets cramped, right? But like, I don't
That's
drive
for like
that
the
far.
off chance that you have a road trip.
Exactly, and like, I can deal with that if it means I'm getting 35 miles to a gallon. Like,
100%.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That's so much money saved. Like, just for a commuter car, hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
I definitely want to get something that's like super high like mileage, but no one I know has one that like, and I don't want to go to a fucking dealer because I know I'm gonna end up paying through the nose for something.
Wait, you want to get a car that has high mileage?
Or like, sorry, high like, or like really good efficiency. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like 200,000 miles.
I want a car that's like 300,000 miles. I want to max that fucker out.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
I gotcha. That was confusing. Like, yeah, me too. That's so much money saved. That could go towards pizza, and that's huge.
Why not Bitcoin as well?
That too. In all honesty, the closer you can come to owning a full Bitcoin before it shoots up to 1 million in 2024. No, that'll be like 2029 for the projected charts right now. 1 million per Bitcoin. Right now it's at 10,000.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Because they can go out that far, right? They can go out almost 10 years and have it be accurate. I love that.
Well, you see, it's based off the previous patterns on the past 9 years. So
yeah,
you just double that. That's, they got about
That's
9 years
bud.
evidence. Yeah, repeated patterns. They'll always repeat the same.
That's how all these other markets work.
Yeah, it's time for the stock market to pop, just like it did 10 years ago.
Yeah. God.
Then the people who make it pop are gonna get bailed out of jail.
Actually.
No.
Yeah. The fact that like no one went to jail for the 2008 crisis. What a joke. Oh my God. Talk about losing faith in the system.
Then they got fucking bailed out and pardoned. Those are.
I don't care if you bail out the business. Okay, I do care, but like, I care way more that you're actually prosecuting people that are literally committing white collar crime. Like,
basically like pirates, like modern day pirates, like looting all the fucking gold.
Oh yeah. It's pirates in fucking like $10,000 suits. That's what it is.
Yeah, and now they just wear fleece vests. Did you know that? Most people on Wall Street don't wear suits anymore. They wear fleece vests from the North Face and Carhartt. That's what they like now.
That's how they flex now?
Yeah.
Fucking North Face. I'm so happy that they flex like that now.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy. So now, like, it looks even more goofy whenever, like, somebody wears, like, a three-piece suit. Because, like, if you're not, like, a celebrity, it's like, why the fuck are you wearing that?
Yeah. Or it's like a wedding, like, wearing a suit is just not like a thing anymore.
Yeah,
Even though they look good as fuck
they do.
most of the time. Even ones that I've had that are like just like Men's Warehouse like fitted, like it's just like not specialty or anything. It's still nice as hell. Like,
Dude, I have like
I
a
don't know.
navy one that I put together from like different like thrift shops. That's like that one looks good because it actually fits me, unlike all the other ones. But I still like to wear those sometimes.
dude, I just remember doing that fucking McDonald's video.
Yeah, dude.
You were wearing that shit. That was awesome.
My hair was fucking something else. It looked like Crocker from the
Oh my
Fairly Odd
God.
Parents.
I had such a big beard then. I wanna do that again. I wanna get a massive beard, but have it really like how I have it now, almost buzz cut type hair.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a
buzz
real
cut.
like kind of crazy look. It's 3/8.
Yeah. Well, all right, Mike. I think that's a good place to end this.
Good place to end it.
1
Hell
hour,
yeah.
25 minutes in. Pretty good.
Poggers. I almost made it. So close.
You
Almost
know,
made it through.
that's going to be on your permanent record.
Dude,
You were the
no.
band kid who said poggers.
Ugh, no, I stopped the band. I didn't do it. I swear. Oh my God, I did play communist music. Oh fuck.
And me and you were both Slavaboos when that was the
Yep.
thing.
It was a thing for quite a while.
Yep, for one summer. Well, all right, everybody.
Good talking.
Thanks for watching.